So the next track on Eraser is called Stigma, and that is the oldest track on the EP for sure. I've had this since 2017. I had this for my solo project called Nomenclature, but I never knew what to do with it. It's like 2 minutes long, like it's dark and creepy and strange, and it's really slow moving, so I always just sat on it, but I always liked it a lot. I always thought there was something about it. And when Lucia and I got together to work on a track for my solo stuff, it was the first time we ever collaborated. We were just kind of sharing music back and forth, and this was a track that Lucia was like surprisingly into. You can tell them how you responded. I was so nervous because they were quiet as it's going, and I was like, oh, they probably hate it.
At that point, we'd been sharing kind of like stuff we'd worked on, because it was the first time we were like hanging out, I think one-on-one, like realizing that you know, we had a musical connection. At the time you were working on your Nomenclature album, which I think Puppy Love was
Puppy Love was going to be on there.
Clayface, which we'll go into in a minute. Mm-hmm. And then Stigma, and you're like, I don't know, like you pulled that one up, like it was like one of the last ones that you played for me.
Yeah.
And as soon as it started, and then especially once like the vocals came in, but the whole vibe of it, and I was just like, I'm like, I can't even fucking talk, and I usually can't talk, but like I was like,
yeah, they were speechless in a positive way, but in me, I was like, oh, they probably hate this.
I was like, this is so fucking cool. And as soon as I heard this song, I was like, oh, you are way more weird and dark than I would have, and dark in a good way, than I would have like imagined. And
I was, it was the first time I'd ever like down pitched my vocal too, and that was fully inspired by Fever Ray. There's a song they have called If I Had a Heart, and when that song came out in like 2009 or something, I would always have that one on while I was like doing homework and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's such a cool, creepy track, but it was like hypnotic and stuff, and that was where Stigma really came from, was definitely inspired by that. And had I not been obsessed with that Fever Ray track, I don't know if Stigma would actually exist. When we started doing Human Hollow, I mean, Lucia would always quote it. They'd walk around, you know, as we're doing stuff, and they would just say, "Fuck down." Yeah, they would just constantly quote it, or they'd text me, "Hey, I listened to Stigma on repeat for 2 hours," and I'm like, "Wow, that's so cool." So I always wondered, maybe we should do this. So I'm really happy we brought it into this EP. The only changes actually from the original that I made in 2017, I mean, everything's the exact same as is, the same vocals. I did all that stuff in the instrumentation, except I added in a kick drum, and then we just added in Lucia's backing vocals that happen in the little chorus. And the only prompt I gave Lucia was like, all right, it's gonna be really, really faint, but I want it to kind of be like a goblin or a creature.
I'm like, okay, can do.
Exactly. So once we got that in, honestly, this song, it feels totally right. Finally.
You're shedding your hair, you're shedding your tears, but nothing can shed those late